Listen, you don't get another today. You've already spent seconds you'll never get back. And for what? Scrolling, waiting, thinking someday? The truth is, someday is a lie. It's the comfort zone's favorite word. It whispers you'll start later. But later becomes never, and never becomes regret. Time is the most valuable thing we have, yet it's the one thing we treat like it's endless. We throw it away on distractions, on people who drain our energy, on meaningless scrolling, and on waiting for the right moment. But the truth is, time doesn't wait for anyone. It moves forward whether you're using it wisely or wasting it carelessly. Once a minute passes, it's gone forever. You can't buy it back, you can't borrow more, and you can't rewind it. That's what makes time priceless, because it's non-refundable. Every morning you wake up, you're handed a gift that many people didn't get. Another 24 hours. What you choose to do with those hours defines the direction of your life. Yet most people act like they have unlimited tomorrows. They put off their goals, their dreams, their growth, telling themselves, I'll do it later, without realizing that later might never come. The problem isn't that life is short. It's that we start too late. Think about it. Money lost can be earned again. A career can be rebuilt and relationships can heal. But time, once it slips away, is gone for good. You can't press pause on life. Every day you waste living below your potential is a day you'll never get back. And one day when you look back, you'll wish you had started sooner, tried harder, and cared less about the things that didn't matter. People often say, I don't have time. But that's not true. Everyone has the same 24 hours. The difference is how we use them. The people who achieve greatness aren't given extra hours. They just value their time more. They prioritize, they focus, and they protect their minutes from being stolen by distractions and laziness. Time management isn't about being busy. It's about being intentional. It's about asking yourself, is what I'm doing right now bringing me closer to who I want to be? When you waste time, you're not just losing minutes, you're losing opportunity. Every second spent procrastinating is a second you could have invested in building something meaningful, a skill, a dream, a relationship, or a better version of yourself. You have no idea how much time you have left, and that's what makes every moment important. You don't know if you have 50 years or 5 months, and that uncertainty should push you to make every day count. It's easy to fall into the trap of thinking that small wasted moments don't matter. 5 minutes on your phone, one more episode, another day of saying, I'll start tomorrow. But success and failure are built from those small decisions. Every day, you either move forward or you fall behind. Time compounds just like money. Use it wisely, and your life becomes richer. Waste it, and you'll end up broke. Not financially, but emotionally and someday. It's the word that silently kills dreams. It sounds harmless, even comforting. You tell yourself you'll start working out someday, you'll chase that dream job someday, you'll fix that relationship someday, you'll take that leap someday. But someday never comes because it doesn't exist on the calendar. It's a fantasy we create to make ourselves feel better about not taking action today. It lets us escape the guilt of procrastination without changing anything. And the cruel thing about it is that while you keep saying someday, time keeps moving forward. Opportunities fade, energy weakens, and the window to act slowly closes. The idea of someday feels safe because it removes pressure. You convince yourself that you'll start when things are perfect, when you have more money, more time, more confidence, more experience. But waiting for perfect conditions is just another form of fear. Perfection is a moving target. It never arrives. The people who achieve their goals don't wait for everything to align. They start with what they have, where they are, and who they are. They know progress doesn't come from waiting. It comes from working. The truth is, someday is built on excuses. It's the language of hesitation, of self-doubt, of fear disguised as logic. It whispers, you're not ready yet, or it's not the right time. But here's the thing, you'll never feel fully ready, and the right time will never appear. There will always be problems, distractions, and reasons to wait. Life won't pause for you to get comfortable. The world doesn't slow down for your uncertainty. The only time that belongs to you is now. Think about how many dreams have died because of that one word. books never written, businesses never started, songs never recorded, love never confessed, all buried under the weight of someday. People grow old with their dreams still inside them, not because they lack talent or opportunity, but because they kept postponing the start. And when they finally realize how much time they've lost, regret hits harder than any failure ever could. When you tell yourself someday, you're giving your power away. You're handing control of your life to circumstances instead of taking it yourself. You're saying my dreams will have to wait until the world gives me permission. But the truth is, no one is coming to tell you when it's time. No one will hand you the perfect moment. You have to create it. You have to decide that today is the day you stop waiting and start doing. Starting doesn't mean you'll have it all figured out. It means you'll take the first imperfect step. Maybe you'll stumble, maybe you'll fail, but failure while trying is infinitely better than regret from never trying. Every successful person you've ever admired started before. They were ready. They didn't wait for someday. They made today their launch pad. When you push things off for someday, you're not saving time, you're wasting it. The longer you wait, the heavier the dream becomes. Fear grows stronger, motivation fades, and your belief in yourself weakens. The mind gets used to comfort, and soon, someday turns into never. So stop lying to every single day. You wake up with a choice. The moment your eyes open, the direction of your life begins again, not by chance, but by decision. You might not be able to control everything that happens to you, but you always have control over how you respond, how you think, and what you do next. Life is built from choices, not luck, not fate, but deliberate decisions that either move you forward or keep you stuck. The power to change your life doesn't belong to someone else. It's in your hands right now. People often underestimate how powerful choice really is. They believe their circumstances define them, that their past limits them, or that other people control their future, but that's not true. You might not choose where you start, but you always choose where you go from there. You can choose to complain or to change, to make excuses or make progress, to stay the same or step into something greater. Every small decision, what you focus on, who you listen to, how you spend your time, shapes who you become. It's easy to believe that life is happening to you instead of through you. But the truth is, your life today is the result of yesterday's choices. The job you have, the habits you built, the relationships you're in, they're all connected to the decisions you've made over time. The good news is that if choices created your current reality, new choices can create a better one. You are never truly stuck. You're just making the same choices that keep you where you are. Some people say, I don't have a choice, but that's rarely true. What they really mean is that the right choice is hard, uncomfortable, or uncertain. Growth is always uncomfortable because it demands sacrifice. Choosing to wake up earlier, to exercise, to study, to take a risk, to say no, those choices require discipline. But the moment you stop letting fear or laziness dictate your decisions, you reclaim your freedom. Every time you choose something, you're saying no to something else. When you choose to procrastinate, you're saying no to progress. When you choose negativity, you're saying no to peace. When you choose comfort, you're saying no to growth. Your choices either feed your future or starve it. The problem is most people don't realize they're choosing by default. They drift through life reacting instead of deciding, but reaction is not control. Real control comes from awareness, from pausing, thinking, and choosing consciously. The beauty of life is that you can start over at any moment by making a different decision. You can choose to forgive. You can choose to let go of resentment. You can choose to take responsibility for your actions instead of blaming others. You can choose to take that first step towards your dream. Change doesn't require years of waiting. It begins. Life will never go exactly the way you plan it. No matter how hard you try, there will always be things outside your control. People's opinions, unexpected setbacks, failures, delays, or disappointments. But what truly defines your strength is not what happens to you, it's how you handle it. You may not control the storm, but you can control how you steer your ship through it. You can't always control the situation, but you can always control yourself, your mindset, your reactions, your discipline, your attitude, and your effort. Most people waste too much energy fighting battles they can't win, trying to change people, rewrite the past, or worry about outcomes that haven't even happened yet. That's how frustration, anxiety, and stress take over. When you focus on what you can't control, you give away your power. But when you focus on what you can control, you reclaim it. That's where peace begins. Not in having a perfect life, but in mastering yourself in an imperfect one. You can control your effort. You can control how hard you work, how much you learn, how well you prepare, and how you respond when things don't go your way. You can't control whether someone recognizes your effort, but you can control whether you keep showing up. Consistency is a choice, not a reward. And in the long run, consistency beats everything. Talent, luck, even timing. The more you take responsibility for your actions, the more power you gain to change your situation. You can also control your mindset. The way you think shapes the way you live. When challenges come, your perspective decides whether they break you or build you. You can choose to see problems as obstacles or as opportunities to grow. You can choose gratitude instead of bitterness, patience instead of panic, persistence instead of giving up. The mind is your most powerful weapon, but only if you learn to train it. Every time you choose a positive mindset in a negative situation, you become stronger than your circumstances. Your attitude determines the energy you bring into every situation. You can't control how people treat you, but you can control how you treat them. You can't stop people from doubting you, but you can choose to stay focused on your path instead of trying to prove them wrong. The moment you stop reacting emotionally to things you can't control, you begin to experience real freedom. Not everything deserves your reaction, and not everyone deserves your attention. Sometimes life will test your patience. Things won't happen when or how you want them to, but even then, you have control over your faith, your resilience, and your determination to keep going. Control doesn't mean forcing outcomes. It means staying calm when things don't go your way. It means learning to adapt instead of giving up. Growth often happens in the waiting, in the silence, in the times when you have to trust that your effort will eventually pay off. When you learn to control what you can and let go of what you can't, you create balance. You stop being at war with the world and start being at peace with yourself. You realize that strength isn't about changing everything around you. It's about mastering yourself within it. Every time you stay disciplined when it's hard, calm when you could panic, focus when others quit, you win. The power to transform your life doesn't come from controlling the world. It comes from controlling the one thing that truly belongs to you. You. Big dreams are built from small steps. The problem is most people never start because they're waiting for something huge to happen, a breakthrough, a miracle, or the perfect opportunity. They look at successful people and think those lives were transformed overnight. But the truth is, behind every big achievement are countless small, quiet, consistent actions that no one saw. Real change doesn't come from one massive leap. It comes from thousands of small, deliberate steps taken day after day. The smallest step in the right direction can end up being the most important step of your life. It might not look like much at first. Waking up early one morning doesn't make you successful. Reading one chapter won't make you an expert. Saving a little money won't make you rich. But when those actions are repeated, when they stack up over weeks, months, and years, they build momentum. That's when transformation happens. The key isn't doing something once, it's doing it consistently, even when it feels insignificant. Change often fails because people expect quick results. They want the reward without the process, the success without the struggle. But progress rarely comes in big, dramatic moments. It happens quietly when you show up on the days you don't feel like it. It happens when you keep going, even when you can't see the results yet. The gym doesn't pay off after one workout, and your dreams won't materialize after one good idea. But if you take one small step every day, those tiny actions start to shape your habits, and your habits shape your future. Think about how powerful small actions really are. A single drop of water seems meaningless, but over time, it can carve through rock. That's the power of consistency. You don't have to do everything perfectly. You just have to keep doing something. Improvement is a slow, patient process, and every bit of effort counts, even when it doesn't feel like it. Every small victory, getting out of bed earlier, saying no to a bad habit, learning something new, adds up. The secret to big change is doing the little things so well that they eventually create something extraordinary. Small steps also make the impossible feel possible. When you look at a big goal, it can feel overwhelming, like standing at the bottom of a mountain and staring at the peak. But if you focus on just one step at a time, you stop being paralyzed by the size of the climb. You realize that every step forward, no matter how small, brings you closer. Success isn't about speed, it's about direction. It's about progress, not perfection. The beauty of small steps is that anyone can take them. You don't need special talent or perfect timing, just commitment. You can start right now. You can write a page, make one phone call, take one walk, study for 10 minutes, or practice one skill. That's how everything great begins, not with confidence, but with action. You don't need to see the entire staircase to take the first step. You just need to start moving. At the end of the day, success is not one big moment. It's a collection of small ones. Every time you choose discipline over comfort, every time you push forward instead of giving up, you are creating change. You are building habits, resilience, and strength that compound over time. The world doesn't reward what you plan to do. It rewards every choice you make today is shaping the person you'll become tomorrow. Your future isn't created by luck or chance. It's built piece by piece by the decisions you make every single day. The way you spend your time, the people you surround yourself with, the habits you practice, and the thoughts you entertain, all of these decisions silently construct the direction of your life. Every small decision matters because they compound over time. Just like a drop of water becomes an ocean, your daily choices become your destiny. It's easy to think that today doesn't matter much, that skipping one workout, delaying one goal, or wasting one day won't make a difference. But that's how mediocrity sneaks in, quietly and slowly. Greatness doesn't disappear in a single moment. It fades away one careless choice at a time. The decisions you make today, what you focus on, what you tolerate, what you believe in, set the tone for the rest of your life. The future is simply the result of today's priorities. Your habits are the clearest reflection of your future. If your habits are strong, your future will be strong. If your habits are weak, your future will be uncertain. Every time you choose discipline over distraction, you're building a future of freedom. Every time you choose growth over comfort, you're preparing for success. And every time you choose excuses over effort, you're creating a future of regret. It's that simple. The future isn't waiting to surprise you. It's waiting to reward or punish the decisions you're making right now. The problem is that many people live in delay. They say, I'll start tomorrow, I'll fix it later, I'll try when I have time. But tomorrow isn't guaranteed. Life moves fast. And every moment you waste thinking about what you will do later is a moment stolen from what you could be doing now. The future belongs to those who take action today, not to those who keep waiting for the perfect time. The truth is, the perfect time will never come. The only perfect time is this one, the present. Think about where you are right now in life. Everything you have, your job, your health, your mindset, your relationships, is the product of your past decisions. Some of those choices may have been intentional. Others may have been made by neglect or hesitation, but the power is still in your hands. You can't rewrite the past, but you can always redirect the future by changing what you do today. One different choice can completely alter the course of your life. Every day is a new opportunity to decide differently, to decide that you won't keep living on autopilot, that you won't settle for less than what you're capable of. You can decide to forgive, to move on, to work harder, to believe again, to take one more step toward your dream. It doesn't matter how many mistakes you've made or how far behind you feel. What matters is what you choose to do next. If you want a better future, you must start making better decisions today. You can't wish your way into success. You have to choose your way there. Choose discipline when you feel lazy. Choose focus when you feel distracted. Choose faith when fear tries to take over. These are the decisions that build character, strength, and destiny. The future isn't something that just happens. It's something you create. Every sunrise gives you another chance to build the life you want, one decision at a time. Make today count, because one day you'll look back and realize that everything you have or everything you lost started with what you decided to do right now.